Sanbanani guys, welcome back to yet another video. Now guys, for some of you that don't know, Thando Dlamuka did an interview with one of the YouTube podcasters. The channel's name is Meaningful Conversations with Zandi. I went to go and watch it and I was curious to find out Thando, because I mean, after the way Isencane Lengane ended, guys, it ended like Aibo. It ended, yo, guys, it ended, yeah, the way it ended, I was just curious to know, number one, is she pregnant? Number one, is she still with Siyacela? Because remember that whole car crash in Imi? Siyacela was like, I wish I could have closed and given Vanele Moten and she, Emotweni, and I wish she could have, burnt with the car. So I was curious to find out, okay, what is Thando saying? And where is she at in life? So guys, Thando is Thando. Thando, shame one thing about her, guys. I find her to be a very open person. Even on the show, I don't think she's the type of person that will keep quiet or like shield a truth. She's a very open person. So I knew from the conversation that really if the interviewer is a good interviewer, that they were going to get the most out of her. But listen, I appreciate the way the interviewer handled that interview. She made Thando feel comfortable. I didn't feel like, there's a way of some interviewers like asking certain things, but it seems inappropriate. I really feel like the interviewer really tried to be respectful in all things. So let's start with the burning questions and get those ones out of the way and get into the rest of the things. Number one, Ugel is not pregnant. She still has one child. So remember on the show, there was a time where the most of us were suspecting Aibo Ukeli from the side. She looked as if she looked as if she was pregnant. Ugel says no, it's just been happy in life. And she says even around that time, her and Siyacela, they were really in a good place. So it's just weight gain and just enjoying life. She is not pregnant with the second child. She does not have a second child. She currently has only one child. That's my understanding. That's my understanding of what she said. Number two, guys, Ugel is still with Siyacela. She still is with Siyacela. And listen, she says, there's no one who's going to tell me when to leave and what to do. Like, no one's going to tell me that. And, yeah, guys, that's basically that's basically what she said concerning her relationship status. But I also want to say, guys, in as much as Tina, as the public, we can comment on her leaving. Like if she would have to ask me that question and my answer, she would take my answer, I'd definitely say she must leave. But she said her heart is still there. Inhliziyo yakhe ayikavumi, guys, meaning that her heart has not allowed her to leave the relationship. So if your heart has not allowed you to leave the relationship, guys, sometimes if you're not those type of person who is strong like some of us, you'll keep on going back into the relationship. So you need to be like if you're going to pull that move of leaving while you still love someone, you need to be like some of us who think with our heads and not our hearts, where we leave umuntu even if ngiyamthanda, just because it's not a healthy situation. But Ugel, she's the type of girl of, she listens to her heart and there's nothing she can do about it. But she does say ukuthi the situation bafana no sisi no bhuti. So she is saying the lifestyle that they now love, they are as good as siblings. She says it in an indirect way that there's no way people can be married and pass 2 months without having sexual intercourse. That means that marriage is as good enough as dead. So she's saying, yes, we sleep in the same bed. Yes, we kind of still live with one another. But there's like Leah Antonje, the flame has really went out. And she says there's nothing, absolutely nothing that can be done to bring back the flame. She says where the problem actually started was with the car thing. And when he bought a car, that car was as good as the second wife. That car was the second wife, and she says the moment your husband buys a car, you must know ukuthi umnawenloyo, ukuthi that's the second wife. So the family was blaming her. They felt that Thando, she was responsible for killing his dream, which was the second car. So from there, things really didn't go well because it's as if she killed his dream, which is the car. So yeah, it's like she's basically saying, yes, I'm in the relationship, and yes, my heart loves this person. And granted, guys, this is the only man she's known. But at the same time, she's like, there's no there's no romance or act of romance in the relationship at the moment. So that's that, guys. So anyway, Thando, she is still wearing her ring, guys. She still looks like the normal Thando that we know. Thando, one thing about her, she's beautiful, you guys. But there's a lot of people on TikTok, when they saw this clip or the advertisements of this clip, they really have been commenting on her weight because Thando has gained weight. And yeah, you know how some people are, guys. I don't know why in 2024 going to 2025, we still find it okay to be like saying negative things about people's weight. Guys, like, no ways can we leave that in this year. But anyway, she did clarify that listen, it's just weight gain, and it's just that she really is happy. Now, Thando also says she loves being a mother, she enjoys being a mother, but there's a part where she says that the interviewer asks her, do you feel like it was a good decision, or you made a good decision when you got married? And she said no. She said marriage is not good for anyone, whether you are young or whether you are old. Marriage is not good for anyone. She goes on to say, I don't even wish my son to get married himself. But it's just that he would have to make his own decisions. But I don't want him to get married because marriage is not good in any way. She makes an example that the thing is with marriage, you now have to be understanding of certain things that when most of them children, when you were dating this person, you wouldn't have to deal with them. For an example, she makes an example of when you guys are married and this guy says, we don't have money for cool drink, we're going to drink Eros, we're going to drink juice. You have to be understanding. But as a girlfriend, the guy's not going to tell you he doesn't have money for cool drink, because when he comes and sees you, he makes sure he has money for that cool drink. He eats KFC with you. Now when you're the wife, you're not going to eat that KFC, uzodla mazamba, and you're going to eat whatever's there. And other people on the comment section were actually saying, listen, Thando, we hear what you're saying, but people's marriages are not the same. And sometimes when you marry the wrong person, they really can alter your perspective on marriage holistically. But Thando, she says, listen, marriage is not nice, dating is nice. That's what she says. But yeah, she says Siyacela, there was a time where things were really good in their relationship. Siyacela used to cook for her and whatnot. The time the relationship actually changed is when guy started going to Durban and he started seeing he started seeing that there were girls who were actually asking him out. So yeah, but they also ask her, Uguti, so what's your short-term goal? She says next year she does want to go back to school. So she did not pass matric because she says that year when she was doing matric, she found out she was pregnant. A lot was happening. Siyacela was starting his jollaring things. So next year she wants to go and finish matric, and she hopes by next year she's out of Siyacela's life. So she does kind of sound like a girl who wants to exit this cut cycle at her own timing and with a plan. Because I mean, she says her heart is still there, but she says they are good enough as brother and sisters. So if she does have a goal that she's out of the guy's life, maybe she's probably saying, like, I really do want to leave here, but I want to leave here once I know I am enough so that I don't turn back and look back and come into the situation. She says, I'm not here for the money because I don't ever ask Siyacela money. He does things for me because that's who he is, but it's just because my heart is still in the situation. They also addressed or spoke a little bit on the GBV situation, and Thando says that Siyacela no longer hits him, and she also no longer does anything to provoke him in that way. But she says some of the things that she said on the show about a guy, like there was a time she said something about, yes, Siyacela hits me, but it doesn't hit me to a point of like I come out blood or something like that, but kind of like justifying why Siyacela hits her. And she says, listen guys, some of the things that I said, I was still young, I am grown now, and hitting a person is not okay. And she says that pretty much does not exist. But she does say ukuthi yena wahlula ama-social worker bezama ukuthi bam-discourage to be in a relationship or get married no Siyacela. Manje thina, who are we to come and try and discourage her to divorce Siyacela? Like, really? She is going to do that with the English cut cycle, and when she wants to, and she says, listen, I did not make any agreement with any of you guys, with any of the public. So if you do see me with Siyacela, don't come ask me questions, because I never came here and said I'm leaving him. I get, guys, that is basically a summary of that interview. Conducted very well. There's a lot of, I kind of wished in a sense that that I was going to, that the interviewer was going to ask a lot about like her current season, like what is she currently doing with her life and stuff like that. But they asked more. They started with more of stuff like where did her and Siyacela start and all of those things, which kind of made me maybe think maybe there is a season that's coming of Isencane Lengane that maybe the interviewer had to make sure which she's a bit careful with certain things, because they still gonna come out on the show angas, because she did thank Moja Love for speaking no Thando. So I guess that is related to the fact that the content they are speaking about is kind of Moja Love's content in a way. But anyway, we'll see when the time comes. You guys, tell me your thoughts on this. Please do make sure you like the video. Please do subscribe. It is absolutely for free of charge, and I'll see you guys on the next one.